Abzorb is an interesting tilt-based arcade game cut from the same cloth as Geometry Wars. Your job here is to float around a tight level, sucking up blue blobs, all while avoiding those pesky, time-sapping orange blobs. Everything is controlled by your phone's accelerometer. Your little ship is surrounded by a circle which will absorb the energy from any ship that enters it. But if you bash into anything with the craft itself, you'll bounce off like a drunk pinball machine. There are some solid ideas here, and the game has a minimalist style that is rather lovely to behold. But a few problems here and there keep it away from greatness. It's still worth a play, but you might find yourself gnashing your teeth from time to time. Now, why is that a bad thing? Difficulty does not necessarily spell disaster, but Abzorb does get mighty frantic. Poke a hornet's nest with a chainsaw kind of frantic, and there are times when you'll want the ability to shoot stuff just to let off some steam. Each level sees you having to collect all the power from every blue orb, but there's always things trying to stop you. There's a time limit, for example, and accidentally sucking juice out of orange blobs will see it flying down much faster. Later levels introduce different types of orbs. Some make your circle swell, others shrink it down. You're often having to deal with multiple problems at the same time, like watching the clock and weaving through things that want to smash you. There are physical obstacles to overcome too, and movable laser beams that change the hues of any blobs that bounce into them. It's quite a lot to take in, but at least Abzorb tries to ease you in gently, although it's not always entirely successful. Abzorb is worth picking up if you're into tilt-based arcade games. Yes, there are some pretty nasty difficulty spikes, and yes, it takes a while to get used to the controls, but if you're willing to persevere, you'll find a decent amount here to like. It's not going to go down as a classic, and there are more interesting arcade revisions out there, but if you don't mind putting the work in, you're going to end up spending some quality time with Abzorb.